hammers like West Ham taxmen. You don't wanna see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Doing like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United after a little 45-minute break. Welcome back to the player rating show, and welcome back to the main man, Mr. Davey. So yeah, you lot. Just before Davey speaks, it will probably be Cam on the watch-alongs, and then Davey on the player ratings. And then when we do the show, the first, it'll be Cam one week, Davey next week, or whatever. And that's just because of people's availability and whatnot. But I know Davey will be good for the player rating show, innit, most of the time. Yeah. Before we carry, Kieran said, yeah, I like Davey. Kieran's in Australia, but he's from East Ham. Proper guy. And he was like, yeah, Davey. And I said, you know what I said to him? I think it was on the stream. I said, you know what, the difference between me and Davey is that I feel anyway, Davey, he's still there, yeah?
Yeah.
I said, Davey, all this politics and that, Davey nips that shit in the bud. I let a lot of stuff slide more so. And he's like, I'm going to test it and puts that in the comment, joking. But yeah, Kieran, Kieran's a cool guy. But, so yeah, Davey, speak to I know you're not as familiar with all these people, but you will be soon. So before we get started, say hello to everyone.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to Hammers Fan United. For those of you who don't know, I think everybody knows who I am right now, but I'm Davey. Me and Martin, we got this company DBXL, or Do Better Excel, call it DBXL for short. We've also got a YouTube channel. Most of you are aware of that. And yeah, we just got to do our thing. We're both Hammers fans, like the rest of you guys, or most of you on the channel. But yeah, and we're here to review the game against our star enemy, the Spurs. But yeah, so over to you, Mark.
Let me comments. Right, so Disabled Team, who are Leeds fans, I think I told you that last time, really good guys. And Davey, yeah, if you can, get them subscribe off. We do it off DBXL, but off your personal one. But yeah, really good guys, and they're Leeds fans, but they're very, big supportors of what we do. Yeah. Well. So, I think I spoke to you. Because we're going to do the Leeds v West Ham FA Cup. Yeah. Right, I think I've been watching the wrong player rating show on West Ham Random. Hi, brothers Davey and Titch. Big up Disabled Team every time. And Kieran says, good day, Davey. He ignored me and just said, good day, Davey. Right, we'll wait a few minutes and then we will get into these ratings. Is that... Oh. So what do you think, Dave, of the new... I worked on this today. The new layout for the player rating show. You liking it?
Nice. Yeah, it's good, man. I like it, man. I just need a background here.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll do one. And the thing is now that obviously we got this little break for the festivities and stuff. Yeah, I could even do one myself, man. I have the time to do it now.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. So I'll do a little something, guys, definitely.
So, as you lot can see here, that's the motto I'm using for this channel. It's not a Unity motto, but create your own lane. I think, on YouTube, there's a lot of variety, and especially doing what we do. So I feel you got to be different and create your own lane. So, what we do on Hammers Fans United is completely unique, whether that's visually or just generally. So, yeah, create your own lane is the motto for this channel. Let me get to the comments. Right, so we've got, this says 4 people watching, but only Disabled Team and Kieran. But yeah, we're literally 5 people watching. Davey, did you watch the Guess Who show or nah?
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, man. I've been running backwards and forwards.
That's what I was thinking. So basically, it went on for about, the video's about 2 hours, but that's because we started late and it was a teething problem, so you could fast forward to where we actually start. But yeah, you'll get the concept, and then next week then you're not. It's just straightforward, but it's fun, man. Disabled Team, love it. You need to get a decent laptop or desktop. You would be in your element on OSB, honestly, brother Titch. Yeah, so have you heard of OBS, Davey? It's a OBS studio, or
OBS.
I don't know too much. Basically, like, people use it alongside something like this. So, like I said to you, this is very limited. So you got to like squeeze everything out of it. But OBS allowed you to bring stuff in, like, so, you know, instead of me making, I don't know, player cards or different score permutations, you just bring it in, or a timer, you know, like a digital timer.
Oh,
so you can, like, you run it alongside this. But one, I don't think you can have it on Chromebook. And two, this is a very basic Chromebook that I've had for years and never really used, you know, like maybe for Netflix or whatever. So, but, you know, all in good time, man. And if I can, if I can carry on doing this and then bring something else in as well, then, you know, like, so yeah, all in good time, man. Roy's here. I think I introduced you to Roy last time.
Yeah, how you doing, Roy?
He's another one, you know, everything we've done in a live sense. So I've done I keep saying that, I'm just used to. So we've done 5 watch-alongs, I think, 5 player ratings, or 6. Roy's been all of them. The show the other day, Roy actually won. So you wouldn't have seen. I've done like a little league table.
No,
you know,
I
that's
saw
the league table.
The tables, yeah. I saw the league tables.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Roy,
I haven't watched it, but I've seen the league tables.
Okay, and I didn't even realise that we could do community tab. You know, we just post a photo. I didn't know that, so that's something new to me as well. So at least we can keep everybody up to date with. Yeah, and like I said to them, is that, you know, at the end of the season or this game show season, you know, whoever's in the top 3 or 4, we can do like little giveaways and all that. So yeah, the points are accumulated basically. But yeah, Roy was the winner of that. Okay, David, this is a really, really good guy. Like, he's on a big channel, Charlie Walsh. I met him on West Ham Random, didn't know nothing about his channel. He didn't self-promote or nothing. He just came on there, and I learned, after I started calling him Certified Legend, I learned of they're probably the second biggest West Ham channel, Hammer's Chat. Subscribe to that. After West Ham Fan TV, and you wouldn't have known. He was just on there, you know, just supporting the other channels basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so he knows already. Like, he's you know, there's a few, Charlie don't like me, but saying this, but some people in here, David, they just move mad, like, just disloyal and snaky and all that stuff, man. Like, but yeah, he's a good guy. One of not many, I would say, and that's why I said I'm glad you were never involved in none of this, because you would tolerate it as much as I do. I don't think so. No, I know so anyway. So, but yeah, we're not about drama. You lot, positivity.
No. Yeah.
And growth. You lot can see. Charlie, what do you think? Charlie's very he's an editor and all that, Dave. You know, he uses OBS as well, but he's a video editor. That's what he does. So he appreciates the work that has to go in to put something like this, especially on my phone. You understand? He knows that. So yeah, and he always acknowledges that as well. He actually done the first player ratings with me actually. Right, Charlie, I hope you're going to get involved in the ratings, my friend. You lot, we can start. We've got Charlie, Disabled Team, Roy, and Kieran. Yeah. Let me move this. So yeah, this is more Davey's view and you lot's view.
What is his tag? A top lad?
No, so basically that's his own channel, which he doesn't take too seriously. You understand? So Hammer's Chat and Hammer's Chat Forum he's part of those. He's got a top lad which he just doesn't take too serious. Like, he just whenever But I'm subscribed obviously to both. The graphics are looking on point. Not gonna lie, evening Davey. He spells it with a Davey. Charlie. He called you out as well. He said, yeah, Davey kept using your government name. Said your titch. Davey has to get used to that. But yeah. He'll get used to it. He's like, yeah, he kept saying your government name.
It's only a wee lad, I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Right, so you lot, we'll get straight into this, and I can just do it all in here. Right, straight away. As you lot can see, I put the number, the nationality, all of that. Come on, man. Davey, and everybody in the chat, what's your thoughts on Areola and your rating for Areola, please?
Areola, not one of his best games. I thought he could have probably done better with the second goal, I thought. You know what the funny thing was, Martin? I saw it. I saw it back, right? And I don't know if he got a deflection of someone. Like, went through like the hole. You know when they keep a dives?
Yeah.
They leave that through the legs and the arm. Yeah, but when I saw it back, it didn't look like he got a deflection. But
it was offside, though, innit?
Yeah,
they were offside. They were obstructing him as well.
Yeah, they didn't even look at it, did they?
No, but there's no VAR for this. That's what I'm saying.
Generally tonight wasn't one of his. He didn't play bad. I don't think Site played bad. I think could have done better. I would give him a 6 out of 10, which is it's not high, but it's not low either. So an average, I suppose, just above average, for Areola, 6 out of 10. Didn't do nothing really that bad. However, we conceded 2 goals. Put 2 sloppy goals as well, Martin.
Yeah.
Goals that we would usually give away. Rather concede, So, a 6 out of 10 I would give him for his performance tonight.
Right, so I can hear Tech Talk. Let me see. Pete said, not Pete. Charlie said I can hear Tech Talk. Boom. Let's get to the ratings. CW, evening all. Boom. Graphics. Okay. Right. Disabled team gave Areola a 7.5. What did you give him, Davey? 6?
6, yeah.
Okay. 7.5. Roy gave him a 7. I like Roy's display. What are you using, Davey? Your iPad? Can you see like the...
Yeah, I can see all of it. Him at the side.
You can, can you see Roy's profile picture? That we are massive, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Charlie says Areola was decent enough, nothing unreal, but some good saves. To be fair, he gave him a 7. Disabled team says I thought Areola was unlucky with one of the goals, hence 7.5. And Kieran, he conceded 2 goals, slap his bottom and send him to bed early. So Kieran's very much he don't give the high end ratings because he's saying, look, a 5 is average, so why would you? But Kieran, he didn't get to. He said the Carabao Cup is not on in Australia, so he didn't actually get to watch. So look, he's coming here to just support the channel, man, as always. So yeah, big up Kieran, man. So yeah, he didn't watch it, so he's definitely not gonna give a player rating. He was listening to the watch along actually. So okay, 6. Let me just remove that, and we will move on to. Oh shit! Sorry. You know what? I didn't even do a thing for him. We're doing first. Ashby. Sorry, you lot. I should have done that. Davey. Ashby. I don't know if I've got anything of his.
Did all right, didn't he? He really did. Did all right. Really consider what was that his 3rd start in the first team. I think it was his 3rd start. He did all right. He's not from what I've seen of him. Obviously, he got a lot of potential and did okay. But like the keeper, Martin, I give him a 6. I think sometimes, probably because he's a young player, his distribution, like when he's in good possession, he needs to calm down a little bit and maybe find a better pass. He's almost like he's a bit rushed sometimes. So I gave him a 6 out of 10. But he's a young lad. He is on his 3rd start for the first team, so we have to consider that. So 6 out of 10, which is I think just above average. So we didn't do anything wrong, but could have been probably a bit better with his passing some of the times.
Right. Just to give him his dues, this is going to look shocking because I've just used the old one. So there we go. Not too bad actually. But yeah, Ashby. So I do have one, but not one of the new uniformed Hammers Fans United. 6 out of 10. So people in the comments, what are you giving Harrison Ashby? Boom. Right, Roy's 7. No, Roy's no. That's for right. Disabled team says 6.5. Ashby didn't do a lot. Roy agrees with you, Davey, and he gave him a 6. And Kieran said, as you said, Titch, hard for me to rate it on. Yeah. Like I said, Kieran was getting all of his information from the watch along basically because he couldn't watch it. And it's very early. Well, it was early in Australia when he started watching, like 7 o'clock, I think. 6:30. Kieran, what was the time when the game kicked off? Left 10 hours, so it would have been. Fuck. Yeah, Kieran, let me know. Oh, Darren. Darren's all the way in Thailand, Davey. Big up, Darren.
How you doing, Darren?
So yeah, you lot. It won't take Davey long to. There's a small loyal following in here, so there's not many names at present that you need to sort of remember. Like they're all small group. Yeah. Charlie says Ashby said looking forward to seeing more of him. Thought he was all right. Yeah, I think that's the same as what Davey's saying. Darren, if you watch the game, Darren, what are you rating Areola and Ashby? Because then you would have caught up. So Kieran said it was 5:45 in Brisbane when he tuned in, basically, because they're 10 hours in front, I think. Yeah. So yeah, right. Let me move on to. We'll go to. Okay, sorry. We would go over to Ben Johnson. Let me remove your banner, your rating. Okay, yeah, sorry. Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. I thought he did all right tonight. Considering he's coming back from an injury, first game back. I do like him, Mike. I think Tuchel's going to have problems with him. And the fact that he can play right back, left back, he seems settled quicker in the team. Maybe because he's played a bit more, got a bit more experience, played a bit more games in the first team. So, yeah, I liked him. He played well today. I gave him a 7 out of 10. I thought he had to do that well. He's good in possession. His distribution is good. And he can play off both sides, left and right side, can't he? So, yeah, it's a big positive, I think, for the team.
Okay, right. So, just on what you said, do you think that it showed us as the fans that there is hope? Because he technically played as the right centre-back, right?
Yeah.
So, Soufal and him could, in theory, play in the same team on the same side of the pitch.
Yes, I agree.
Because obviously Ashby was there, but we know that as it stands, Soufal is far better than Ashby at the minute. And, you know, he played against Spurs, he played against, you know, Son came on, but it was Mora, Bergwijn, Kane. And I feel we nullified them a lot more than Liverpool did. They looked dangerous in that game, and I was surprised at how well we sort of did cope with them. And, you know, he was key to that, and it was his first game back as well. So, I mean, that was a good sign for me, that he is back and played in the back three, basically, and done well, like you said.
And done well, exactly. I think with each game that passes by and each performance, obviously, I mean, I say game, I mean games he plays in, I think he exudes more and more confidence, and then Moyes trusts him more because he can see that he's playing well, he's good in possession, he's starting to look the part, and he looks like he belongs in the team, doesn't he? He doesn't look out of place. So,
you know, I like the fact, and I did recognise this long time ago, that he's very comfortable and confident on his left foot as well. He can ping a 70-yard diag on his left foot. So to have that in your locker is, you know, it's quite rare actually. So yeah, he's very much two-footed. Just quickly, Davey, we've clearly got the same shirt on. Let's put the shirts. Oh, wait, let me lift me up. Yeah, buddy. Matching.
You know, funny, Martin, you know, when I first started supporting West Ham way back when I was a wee boy.
In the 20s, 1920s.
They were wearing, man, this kit. I remember them wearing, man. The Bobby Moores and that. I remember this kit.
See?
This shirt,
was that 1920s, Davey, or 30s?
Yeah, I think it had two. It's a double one, isn't it? It had a double.
Yeah, the double stripe. Yeah.
There you go. It's got the double stripe.
I like this kit, man.
Together. I think they had no sponsorship them days, so.
Disabled Team agrees with you. They gave him a 7, and you know it's always good to hear from a not a West Ham fan's perspective as to what they would rate him. So yeah, Roy gave him a 7.5, and Charlie says 6.5. Good performance in a position he ain't used to. James, been a long time, James. Good to see you. We are still mahusive. James, give us your player ratings on Areola, Ashby, and Johnson, just so you've caught up. Right, so James, yeah, you can just put them all in one go if you want. But thanks for joining as well, by the way. This says 2 people watching, but clearly there's not. So, right, we will go over to. Let me remove your score. Big Craig Dawson. What are you saying for him?
Yeah, he done well, Mark. He done well tonight. You know, I thought he done well. I think generally, you know, with speed aside, which we know he's not the fastest of players, he's a big player for us. You know, defensively, offensively from set players as well, obviously. But he done well tonight. I gave him a 7. I thought he done well. You know, if I had to choose between the 2 centre backs or the 2 main centre backs, I would say. Like him and Diop, he slightly shaded it, I think, tonight. And you could see with his experience, positional sense, and he gets a lot of interceptions, doesn't he? He sort of reads the play. The only one thing that I thought he could have done better was, you know, the Kane chance early when he shot.
Yes. Oh, and he took it on his left foot. And...
Yeah, when Moira played that ball through, like, he knew. In my opinion, in this position, he probably realised Kane was going to outrun him. So he could have just the pass off, I thought. He didn't. He just ran alongside Kane. Well, let's just take one step to his right and we'll cut the pass off.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If he just put the side a bit, we'll cut the pass off. Yeah, because that's the only ball he could have played to get to Kane, unless he goes over the top, which is a much more difficult pass. So yeah.
Before we get,
he's done well. He's done well tonight.
Before we get to the comments, I don't know if it means much because I don't really use Instagram but when I logged in about a week ago, it said Craig Dawson follows you. I'm like, okay, so I followed him back. Yeah, like I mean, it might not be a big thing. Like I don't know how Insta works, and clearly, like sort of YouTube a little bit, but other than that, so yeah, he followed first, so I followed back. Right, so let's go to the comments. So big up Craig Dawson. We go to Disabled Team says 7.5. Dawson did well. Okay, James, well done, James. James is caught up. James says Ariola 7, Ashby 6.5, and Johnson 7. Roy says Dawson played well, 8.5.
Okay. He did play well, to be fair. He did play very well.
Charlie says Dawson 7.5 because Charlie does watch along as well, Davey, on Hammer's chat. Yeah, so he obviously fully watches the game. Way smarter in his positioning than he gets credit for. What a big boy! And that's a good comment. I feel on the ball he's not the best, and forget his pace and that. But I'm saying on the ball, sometimes he gives away the ball. But as a defender, defending.
Yeah. He's
a very, 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 very good defender. And you want your defenders first and foremost to be able to defend. If they can play as well, that's a bonus. But he can defend.
And he's one of the sort of old school defenders, isn't it, man? He would put his body on the line. He was he would get his head kicked off if he had to.
Yeah.
Save a goal. He wouldn't even think second. He wouldn't even be a second thought in his head. He'd stick his head there.
Just on a side note, you lot, looking at that picture of Craig Dawson, do you think he looks a bit like Stifler from American Pie? Dawson, James Bong gave Dawson a 7.5. Disabled Team said Dawson has to be one of the best budget signings in the last 5 years. That's definitely a good comment as well, because I definitely turned my nose up when we was.
I mean, I would just say a good signing period. I think does Price really come into it? Not really. No, it's a good signing period.
Yeah. But for that price, in this day and age, you don't expect much. Well, I didn't. I was thinking, what is this, man? Like, are we scraping the barrel? But he's in certain periods of his West Ham career, he's been amazing for us, like a rock. So yeah, he's been a big signing. Right, I think that's everybody. Okay, so we will go to. Let me remove. I've done it already. Let's go to his partner, centre back partner. He's Diop. Yeah, let me just remove the comment. Yeah, what are you saying for Diop, Davey?
Diop, another one. Did okay. I mean, like I said, if I had to choose between him and Dawson, based on today's performance, I think Dawson definitely outshaded him. In regards to positional sense, I think Dawson's got more leadership qualities as well than Diop, and therefore he will say what he was more likely to order the players around and get everybody back in position, etc. And Diop played well, probably got a bit more speed than Dawson, or definitely got a bit more speed than Dawson, and I gave him a 6 out of 10. I'm one of the biggest fans, but from that first season he's playing, we haven't seen that same.
He's shown us what he can do, and that's the problem.
He's shown us what he can do, and maybe that's why I'm so harsh with my scoring of it.
Okay, so Roy, no, I'm too far down. Right, so Dawson, sorry, boom. Right, so James Bong says Diop a 7. Disabled Team says 6.5. That's what I thought Davey was going to give him, because he gave Dawson 7. I thought, but 6 obviously, but 6.5
I don't do 0.5s.
Oh, you don't. I don't think Kieran does. I don't think Kieran does 0.5 either. I'm sure Kieran don't do 0.5 either. Confirm that, please, Kieran. I don't think Kieran does 0.5. Right, Charlie, what you saying? Roy, what you saying? And Darren. I don't know if Darren's commenting though. Okay. Charlie says Diop 6. Couple of mistakes here and there, but well enough. So Charlie agrees with you. David. Who we waiting on? Oh no, Roy said. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Did I say that? No, I didn't. Roy said 7. I think that came in first, but after. But yeah, you know, so far they have been consistent, like almost similar. Everybody's kind of similar. There's one player that I'm going to be very interested to see what you lot rate this player, and I'll wait until we get to that person. Anyone that's not commented yet, you can just comment and we'll just catch up. Right, so we will go to where is he? King Arthur Masawaku. Let me remove Roy's comment and your score. What are you saying for Arthur?
No, not one of his better games for me, Mark. I was watching him throughout the game. I gave him a 5, right? And I'll tell you what, I was watching him throughout the game, and offensively is his strength, right? He's not the slowest player on the pitch. He might not be the fastest, but he's got speed and he's got good technical ability, right? So when I would expect him to show and receive the ball, today he was like he didn't want the ball, you know. And I don't know if it's because he made a couple of mistakes or he got ran. He's fighting to engage with players. I think that's part of his problem because he won't go and engage with them. Then he puts himself on the back foot. And you know when you're on the back foot, it's almost like a fight. You're going to go on the back foot. You know what I mean? You get all those hand in the opposition. Say, here you go, do what you want. You know, and it's not going to work, mate. It's only one winner in that case. But yeah, I just think I could see him either going in January or being replaced by somebody else. You know, there is another player. When we get to him, I will say a similar thing about him that I wasn't happy with his performance. But Masarati has been doing well, but not tonight, mate. It wasn't one of his better performances. I gave him a 5.
Listen, football's about opinions. I'm not going to rate everybody, but I would give Masuaku 6.5 or 7, man. I think he put in some really good balls. We know defence is not his strengths, and maybe it's down to Moyes to playing further forward and someone else there. But yeah, I think offensively he done well for us. He put in some really good crosses as well. There's one where Bowen went for it and then we got a corner because great, like on a sixpence almost. So yeah, I would probably score him a bit higher. I think closer to 7 for me, maybe a 6.8, but we definitely don't do 0.8. Right, so let me go down to Diop. Right, oh no, that's okay. Right, disabled team. They kind of agree with you. Masuaku did well going forward, put some lovely balls. Okay, echoing what I said there into the box, but his defensive duties are poor. 5.5. So yeah, that makes sense. 5. Yeah. 5 is average, so you're giving him just above average. Arthur was no king today. 5.5. Charlie Walsh, Masuaku 5. Some good crosses, saving him a bit, but he just wasn't good enough. I think he passed it out for Spurs throw-in twice, for fuck's sake. Roy, Masarati. Oh, I thought he'd done it on purpose. Alright, Masarati was poor. He gave him a 5 as well. Just, before, there might be one more person to comment, but I would say, like I said, we didn't let in a goal in the second half. I don't think he was at fault directly for the 2 goals that we let in, and I do think there was one player that was. And
no, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Spurs looked dangerous against Liverpool, like fully dangerous. So what did we do to almost nullify them? So I think people, maybe, to the naked eye, no, but I think he must have done something defensive, whether it was off the ball and, like the TV, it's just like, we see, but I'm saying, I feel, I'm going to stick with my 6.8 for Masuaku because...
You know what, Mike? You know what I don't understand about him is that Cresswell's out now for a little while. He's been out for a little while. Now, he knows that on that left side, he's going to play because he's the only left-sided player or natural left-sided player we have. And, it's a window of opportunity, isn't it? When that window of opportunity opens, you have to step through it, man. You have to step forward and say, I want that shirt. I want that position. I want to stay in the team. In my opinion, he doesn't do this.
Not
You know,
defensively, definitely
you know,
doesn't.
we run some kids things. I always say to them, if you're not on the bench and you come on, you have to affect the game. You have to
Exactly.
put the seed in my head, or if you're on the pitch, you have to put it in my head. How? I'm going to take him off. I'm going to take him off. Usually, we put the seed in to let me think that you're not coming off the pitch, you're not coming off the pitch, and you're not coming off the pitch. Masarati don't say like I want to be in the next selection, next team for the next game. With his performance, I mean, and that's my opinion. That's why. And the thing about we know, we know he's got the ability. He's not saying he hasn't got the ability.
Exactly.
Look at Ashby. Ashby steps in and says, yeah, I want to play in this team. And then he gets his reward, doesn't it? So he brings him in and say, well, this team's done well. Here you go. And then he done well again today.
Yeah.
But Masarati don't do that, man. That's my opinion. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah. You know what? I acknowledge people's frustrations in him, and I don't know if it's me. I always root for the underdog, and you know, like I said, if he was our winger throughout the whole season, I think he would do well. But yeah, it's obviously he is a left back, and he doesn't do very well as a left back. And you know, Creswell does it all. He defends fairly well. He's not the better, but you know, he's solid there, and he also does whip in balls. And so Creswell is the example that you've got to sort of judge yourself against. And yeah, he doesn't measure up to him as a left-sided player. Right. Charlie says, I'd much rather we had started with a 4-2-3-1 today with Masarati at left wing. Yes, exactly. We would have been right. And I agree with that. I always say, put him up the pitch, man. And the thing is, you know, you had Johnson who can play left back, and I think that initially when we saw him as a left back, we didn't see the best version of him because he was still probably nervous about coming into the team. Now I think he can play there, no problem, and he's got a very good left foot. So I agree with what Charlie's saying, because I just think we'll see the best version of Masarati if you keep him as high up the pitch as possible. You understand? So you can't expect too much from him if you want him to predominantly be a defender. Right, so okay. Did someone else? 1 minute, you lot. Yes, Charlie, totally agree. See, yeah. So I think a lot of people have the same opinion. Like, he's a decent winger or left forward or whatever, and he's still got that defensive. He can do a defensive job in the final third or their final third, basically.
I don't. I was thinking I've watched him quite a lot of times, Martin, and I just think he shirks responsibility. There is no ifs or buts about it. And he could be high up the pitch. If he loses a ball, he just shirks his responsibility for the team. And that's defensive responsibilities. That's my opinion of him. And that doesn't matter where he plays.
One sec. Right, let's go to Thomas Souček, Davey.
Well, Souček. Yeah, he did okay today. He had a few headers.
That Lloris saved as well.
Yeah, Lloris done really good saves for. Yeah, and another day he would have got a goal, wouldn't he? And the one at was it that to make it 2-1, or would that have made it 2-2 after Tottenham scored? I think to make it 2-1. I think. Was it Skip just got in front of it?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, sorry, because I was.
He might have scored that. Yeah, he might have scored that. So he did okay today. I gave him a 7.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 for Thomas Souček. I think, I think a lot of our players are tired because they've been overused, because we don't have the squad depth, and with the injuries as well, it's to be expected that some of these players are not going to be at their optimum. I think that in recent games he has been getting back to his best, and I think today we saw, a truer version of Thomas Souček, and he was unfortunate not to get on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Right, yes, Charlie. Right, boom. Disabled team. Souček did well. A ever presence in the box. He got a 7. So disabled team agrees with you. Charlie says Souček 6. Mixed game. Thought he wasn't good enough defensively or with his passing, but offensively he was great. And obviously 6 is above average. James Bong says Souček 7, and Roy, one of his best games today, he gave him an 8. I'll wait because I think there's one more person to comment, but I think we have to take into consideration with these these ratings that Spurs did Spurs play Liverpool at home? They were at home, weren't they, on Sunday?
So. Yeah.
Right, so Spurs have had a 2-week holiday. They're rejuvenated. They've got a new Yeah, they got a new manager, and in their first game back, where you'd think, oh, they might be a bit cobbled, they looked spicy against Liverpool. And if they would have took their chances, so I think, you know, it's only a couple of days later, they're still fresh, and the way that we kind of, I was confident in that game, and I think that certain players would have played their role in keeping, and you know, him and Rice definitely would have been part of that. So I agree, for me would be between a 7 and an 8, because imagine if these two headers, the two that Laurie saves after we went 1-0 down, they go in, you're looking at maybe a 9 out of 10 for his performance. So yeah, I think maybe I would give him maybe 7.5. Roy gave him an 8. Best game this season, he said, for Souček. Apparently there was a lot of crowd trouble. Oh yeah, Roy said that during the watch along. There was like, you still there, Davey? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me just. Yeah, he said there was crowd trouble apparently outside the stadium. But when Roy commented that, the game had already started. So was that during the game, Roy, or before the game? Charlie's got to go. Got to run for work. We'll watch the rest later. Good show, Davey and Titch. Charlie, yeah, he's funny as well, Davey. He's actually, yeah, really funny. All right, Charlie, thanks for tuning in, and we'll speak soon, my friend. Right, so let's go to where is he? Declan Rice, Davey. Let me just remove the comment and your rating. What are you gonna say for Declan? Oops.
Declan Rice, he did well today. I thought. I've said this already, and my worry with him is that are we going to be able to match what he was?
I said that last week. Yep.
Yeah, I give him an 8. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. He's done really well today. We know his quality. He tried to inspire the team. He's the one player, or not the one player, because we have Bowen, Benrahma, Fornells when they play, that they're not frightened to show for the ball. But he constantly shows, Martin. He constantly shows, and constantly tries. When he does get forward, he tries to let something happen, make something happen. So yeah, I mean, he done well today, right? So I'll give him an 8 out of 10. And he is a massive player for us. We've got to try and hold on to it.
Yeah. So yeah, Roy said the trouble was before the game. Right. James Bong agrees with you. Gave him an 8. Disabled team did well. Gets better game after game. He gave him an 8. Or they gave him an 8. Disabled team, sorry. Roy, what's your rating for... Right, I reckon Roy is going to give him... Oh. Okay. One sec. De Gea and Laurie seem to make saves week in, week out that get their teams a result. Yeah, it's true, man.
Yeah.
It's true. It is true. I've seen De Gea... You know, he had a spell, I think it was last season, or maybe at the start of the where he was just making a couple mistakes, but when I've seen him this season, De Gea, yeah, he's like changed the game for them, like, or the outcome of the game. And yeah, Lloris is, yeah, and I think that's why he's the French number 1, because obviously he's definitely, when he needs to be counted, he's there. You understand? So right, I thought Roy would give a 9, only based off so far what everyone said. And so yeah, Royce, the new Mr. West Ham, gave him a 9. And I think, yeah, between an 8 or 9, it was definitely that. You know,
I wouldn't disagree with him. And he was really good today, guys. Yeah, and he is in nearly every game he plays for us. Yeah, his standards are really high. He keeps his standards high.
I see him. You know, when you take it on the half turn and you do a 180, done that with his left foot, and maintain the ball, left their player for dead, and you know those things on your weaker foot it's not an easy skill to do. Yeah. Then I see him doing Georgie Best up on the wing, like jinking, and you understand. I think, you know, he's got a lot to his game, man. And Roy Keane said it about 6 months ago. He said that, you know, at 22, Declan Rice is a better player than I was, and you know, some of these players they live in the past, and especially egotistical about their own abilities. But you know, for someone like Roy Keane, who's very straight talking, for him to say that, and you know, Rice left Republic of Ireland, so you know, I just think he's just being honest, and to get that type of compliment is for me, the position Rice plays and the player it came from, you can't get no bigger compliment than that, man, because Roy Keane was a fucking beast. Do you understand? A warrior. But yeah, I think I agree with what he's saying. Like, Rice has got a bit more overall about him than what Keane had, but probably not as hard as Roy Keane though. Yes, Kieran. Yeah. Right. So Rice. I think that's everybody. Okay. Let's go to. This is the player that I'm going to be very interested to hear. Let's go to. Let me remove Roy's comment. Manuel Lanzini, Davey. Let me remove that banner. Boom.
There's another one, Martin. Disappointing. I think both goals, the first one definitely came from him, giving the ball away. And again, even the second one where he got brushed off the ball. And it happened so many times and costs us a goal or gives a opponent scoring opportunity. And it's frustrating because we know he's talented, but it's not. It's like, I don't know. I think you made a comment saying it's like a kid playing in a man's game.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like at times. And the thing is, it just like he doesn't want to put his body on the line. Remember we spoke about and saying like Dawson will put his body on the line. This guy doesn't want to do that.
Right.
You know, he doesn't want to do that. It's like he's trying to get hurt. I don't know how you can play football with the mentality like trying to get hurt, because then you will get hurt.
Exactly.
He was poor. I gave him a 5. You know, and I just think, you know, it's funny. I saw something in the paper a few days ago. They're saying that Newcastle might come in for him. If they do, man, listen, I'll drive him to Newcastle myself. I do that 5-hour drive and a 10-hour round trip. I will do that.
Give us the money. Give us the moolah.
Hey, give us the money, man. We could spend it.
You know what? I would have to disagree with you is you gave Masuaku a 5. Lanzini, no, you cannot. Even if it's 4.5, Masuaku was better than Lanzini. And both the goals was his fault. The first one, he gave the ball away. The second one, he just didn't want to tackle the guy who's just about to cut it back for someone else to tap it in. Like, what are you doing? Like, and I said during the watch along,
sorry, Mark, to cut you. It's true what you're saying, and I was gonna give him a 4. Well, I gave him a 4, and I changed it before we come on. And
you can always change your mind. I can just press it at the button. He looked like he didn't want to, you know, get into it physically with people. And like you said, if you're on the pitch, then and you don't want to commit to the physical side of things, then you better be Lionel Messi or someone to and you understand. Messi does get stuck in, but he's smart enough to evade a lot of. But yeah, Kieran, get out of here. Roy Chapel, boom. Right, Kieran says 10, laughing. Obviously, he didn't watch the game, and even if someone scored a hat trick, he wouldn't give him a 10. So you know this guy's playing. Right, here we go. Disabled team. 4 was at fault for both goals. I'm agreeing with that one. I'm going with a 4 because you know 5 is average, but if you're at fault for the 2 goals that ultimately lost us the game, then that wasn't an average performance. He didn't do anything offensively either. No. So I would agree with disabled team there. James Bongs, Lanzini gets a 6. I think that's because it's Christmas, but you know I'm joking. You look, listen, football's about opinion. So right, here we go. Roy, sorry, Lanzini, absolute shit. 2. See, that's what I'm saying. And you know that's football. Like, look, Kieran's giving him a 10, James gave him a 6, and Roy's giving him a 2. So football's about opinions. But yeah, I think I would side towards a 4 or 4.5. Right, he was definitely at fault for the goals. Yep, and should have come off at half time. All right. Just Davey, I said at half time I would have been proactive. We are still in the game, very much so. I would have taken off either definitely Lanzini, but either Ashby and then just played 4 at the back, or I would have taken off Vlasic and Lanzini. Vlasic's done okay, but you know, just to be proactive and brought on Ben Rahman 4 nails. What would you have done at half time?
You see, it's a difficult one. I can understand why he waits till later in the game. I think they have to be conscious of the minutes the players are playing, and then when you consider the squad, how shallow our squad is, then we know we've got how many games we've got to play over before New Year in this period? 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think about 4 more still.
Yeah.
I think.
And then obviously this game, if we got a result, but we didn't obviously. But yeah, it would have been another additional game. But I think that plays a big part in the substitutions. And the difference with Spurs and the Liverpools and the Chelseas and the Man Cities is that they have a bigger squad and obviously
Leicester.
better quality. Yeah, Leicester, they just got more numbers, you know, and better quality. So when they do call on the players or take players off, they can bring on, almost like for like or better than like, you know. So,
Right.
I think that's why.
what I said is, this is my fault. I understand exactly what you're saying. I do. But I said just before half-time, listen, we beat Man United. We beat Man City, right? We've got Ben Rama. Now, you're clearly throwing some caution to the wind because you played Diop and Dawson. So you are throwing some call. You played Rice and Souček. And like I said, good call because, you know, the spine of the team. So therefore, based off of that, you are throwing caution to the wind. So I feel at half-time, just bring on Fornals and Ben Rama before they bring on Son and whoever. Be proactive and, you know, do it at half-time because, like I said, when you get the starting lineups, you've got an hour as a coach to decipher, okay, what he's going to play. If you bring him on at half-time, you've got no time to, you know, like second-guess his subs. So I think that was the best time, is bringing him on then, and he can't prepare himself, Conte, for, oh shit, because it's instant. They're on now. Even when you bring them on after 65 and they're warming up for 2 minutes, now as the opposing manager, okay, right, he's bringing him on. Boom, boom. You understand? I just think half-time would have been a perfect opportunity for us to have the most impact with our subs.
Yeah, I think Martin. I think it's just based on what I said. It's just minutes, because if you look at most of our injuries, they're muscle injuries.
Yeah.
So I think and that means they play too many games. So I think that's what he's basing it off.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a balancing act for Moyes because of the injuries and all of that. You know, we all can have our opinion, but Moyes, obviously, whatever he feels is best for the team, and that's what he's done. So, Lanzini. Let's go Nikola Vlasic. Let me remove your 5 out of 10. What about Vlasic?
Vlasic, what a pass for Bowen's goal.
For Bowen, yeah.
He's gradually getting a little bit better and better, I think. I think the more we see of him, we could see that he's got some potential there. So I think the more we see of him, the better he'll get, and the more games he plays, the more familiar he'll get with the Premiership, etc. Because we've got to remember, it's not just about the Premiership. He's moved to a new country. He's always been there before, but it was a long time ago. And I mean, I gave him a 6. You know, slightly above.
I thought he was going to do that.
Yeah, he's done okay, but you know, we need to. If he is the type of player that we've seen abroad, then we need to see that at some stage soon. You know, and hopefully if he gets more minutes. So we need to see that. I think he needs a goal personally, or an assist. He needs something.
He got an assist. He got an assist today for Bowen.
True, he got a shot, and then he went into Bowen, and then Bowen did exceptionally well, didn't he, with the finish? But he done better today, and he got a bit more minutes under his belt. So 6 out of 10.
I've not once jumped on the, you know, Vlasic as a flop and all, because like you said, there's you know, circumstances, new country, new league, but like I said, he's Croatia's number 10, and Croatia is you know, a very respected team in world football, right? So he is a starting player for Croatia. He can use 2 feet when dribbling. He's got very fast feet. So I just hope that it's not a hilarious situation where it's not the right fit for him. You understand? Because these players will go somewhere else, and then we'll be like, so why didn't you do that for us? And you know, football's about systems and tactics and that. And I just hope that he can fit into what Moyes wants. You understand? Because I'm not even looking at the price tag either. I'm just looking at, you know, from as a player, there is definitely a top player in there, and I feel that if we see the full potential in Vlasic, he will be better for us than Ben Rama is overall. Yeah, because you know, Ben Rama's had a long time, and once again, it might be down to Moyes' instructions. But I'm saying, I just feel that if he hits these heights, he will be a better player for us than Ben Rama. I genuinely believe that. So only time will tell, but it's, you know, we want it now, but I just hope that, you know, this game here, and he had a decent game, and like I said, Tottenham is you know, decent opposition as well, so it weren't against no minnows or nothing like that. So hopefully, you know, this is a sign of things to come. Go to the comments. Right, disabled team. Okay, 6.5. Let me put it on screen. 6.5 for Vlasic. James Bong 6.5. Roy gave him a 5. I was one of them giving time people, but that has gone. Kieran says, I was really hoping he would have had an 8 today. Doesn't sound like he did. Nah, definitely went at 8. I think he done all right. Yeah, he had a decent game, I feel. But yeah, Roy, this one, I was gonna time has gone. You know what? I hope it hasn't. I want him to come good, obviously, because we need. Remember, Ben Rama's off to the African Cup of Nations, so we're gonna need this guy. So yeah, we need him to. And that's in January, isn't it? The AFCON.
Yeah, that's January. Yeah, that's right. Hopefully, we'll get a few.
Right, so it's only Bowen that I haven't put up yet, innit? I haven't missed no one. Yeah, so okay. Let me remove your score. Jared Bowen, Davey.
Bowen, yeah, he's done really well for us since he's come in, hasn't he? And tonight he was really good, I thought. Took his goal exceptionally well. When you consider the shot that came into him pretty quickly, good first touch, good feet, and good finish with his weak foot. So yeah, he done really well. I gave him an 8 out of 10. Mark, same as Rice. I gave him an 8 out of 10. And yeah, he's definitely one of the players that he's almost like Rice. He's like, the more you see of him. There was a period when he was going through where he wasn't scoring. Now he's getting on the score sheet regular. Looks a threat. Looks a genuine threat when he goes in. So yeah, he's a player we like. And another one we have to keep hold of because I think his best years are still to come. I think he's got a lot of good football still in him. So right. Yeah.
Before we get to the comments, would you not? If you had a choice, to play both, would you not rather put Antonio on the right and Ben Rama and Bowen as the striker? After what's gone on so far this season?
Possibly. You see, I've thought about it, Martin. I was thinking, I know he sort of converted Antonio as a striker, but I was thinking he could afford to get in 1 or 2 proper 9s because he's got Bowen that can play up there as well. He's got Antonio that can play there. And both of them should be able to play wide, Antonio included. But I just think lately, from what I've seen of Antonio, I've been disappointed in his work rate compared to what he was doing previously. It's almost like, I don't need to run no more, sort of thing. Or you understand, he's getting too big. You understand? So yeah, he can definitely play it the other way around, play Bowen up and Antonio from the left or from the right. Yeah, I don't see why not.
I just think that he's got more about him, and look, today that was a right foot finish. He done, like I said, I compared it to a Messi type, like the feint and then boom. So and he will use his right foot to, like good effect. So I just think the way things have gone, Antonio, and the thing is, when we beat Chelsea, it was Antonio that put the ball in for him, and he narrowly missed it. And I just think Antonio, he had a decent run as a striker, but I don't know if now's the time with what we've got available is to maybe put him out wide and put Bowen. At least give it a try because today he played as a striker, and
today, Martin, when the ball goes up to him, we can get up the pitch.
Exactly.
You see, remember we were saying the last game when Antonio was like, the ball for all of a sudden now the ball's not sticking with Antonio. He's like giving away easy position.
Yeah,
they're playing up to him and. Big, strong guy, and he should be able to keep the ball. And he's not keeping the ball, and he's breaking down, and then he can't get up the pitch. And he's making runs, and they can play back in behind. So, yeah, he did it really well today and has done it every time he's played up there really well. So his touch is a lot better than Antonio's. And he leads to play better as well.
So I'm going to get to the comments, you lot. I was trying to check the subs. Right, so 1, 2, 3. Right, so let me go to the comments. Right, James Bong gave Bowen a 7.5. Disabled team, Bowen 8 took his goal really well. Sorry, let me put this on the screen. Bowen 8 took his goal really well. So he agrees with you, and Roy agrees with you. Bowen looks better than Antonio has recently. He gave him an 8 as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. He has looked better than Antonio recently. Yeah, good shout, Roy.
And you know what the thing is, Davey? The difference between those two is, even when Bowen wasn't scoring, we never once questioned his commitment. He was always, endeavour and hard work, and that the same can't be said of Antonio. So, throughout the injuries, throughout people, clearly we've got players that are tired. Bowen has been a constant, and Rice, that we've not once questioned they look like they need a rest, or, those two have been, constant workhorses for us, as well as the qualities that they bring. I'm saying they've worked tirelessly, like every single game I've watched them play, and that's always what I say to the players. Like, listen, you're not always going to have your best game, but you can always give 100%. And I feel that Bowen and Rice always give 100%, even if the quality is not there, the work rate is there. Right, so we'll get to the substitutes. Right, so okay, we'll go to
Benrahma. They came together, right? Benrahma.
Yeah, we'll do Benrahma first. Let me just remove your scoring. Where is that? Comments. Right, yeah, Dave, what are you saying for Benrahma?
Benrahma, he did all right. The little cameo he came on. I gave him a 6 out of 10. It's hard to affect the game coming off the bench. We all know that. But in a little cameo he came on, he did right. He did okay. Had a few shots on target. He had one rasping drive in that shot. That I thought that was messing in the corner. So another day he might well off. So, but he's another one recently. Hasn't been amongst the goals, and I think with the ability he has, he should be scoring more goals. I mean, that's one of the reasons I think he's at West Ham was assists and goals that he scored at Brentford. And I know obviously he's up at another level now. But I think he will get back to that. Hopefully he goes back, or he can get a few before he goes away, and then it comes as a good tournament, African Cup of Nations, and comes back safe, and can get and give us a push for that top 4, mate.
Do you think that Moyes' style is hindering him? Like, because even today, I think that he's picking up the ball too deep. I think you need to play Benrahma as high up the pitch as possible.
I don't know. I think it's football intelligence. If you drop in, then he's technically good enough to get ball. He can beat a player. He can pass the ball. So he's just got to be smart enough in them positions when he drops deep. He's not like a Harry Kane, big, strong, or Michael Antonio type player. They can hold players off and pass it off. They're going to try and nudge him off the ball, isn't it? So he's just got to come and drop off and create space. I think it's a matter of trying to create space either for himself or for somebody else. So he'll try and look to play between. We've noticed when him, Bowen, and say Fornell's play in that 3, they make little combinations, don't they? They drop it into 1-2 touch passing. And that's how they create their spaces, really quick interchanging and not passing. So, I don't see anything with him dropping deep as such. Does Moyes get the best out of him? Probably yes and no, Martin. Sometimes he does, and then, I don't know. Not too sure. But I think he can definitely give us more than he's given us. He's another one. And I don't mean that he doesn't work hard enough. He does. He does work for the team. But, I just think offensively, he can offer us a little bit more. Should be trying. He should be. I don't know. I don't know if there's more shots on targets or probably more goals we need from him.
Yeah.
Because he's got that in his locker.
Let's go to the comment. Boom. Right, Benrahma got a shot away which was blocked. He gave him a 7. That's from the disabled team. James Bong, Benny a 6. Too hard to rate the subs. Roy. Okay. Wow. Benny changed the dynamic of the game. 7.5. We're going to miss him when he goes to AFCON. And what the thing is, I was going to say is, he's not a starter for Algeria either. So he may well be going out there and not really playing that much either. He's not one of their starting players. So, imagine that. We need all of our players, and he might be going out there just to sit on the bench, basically.
Exactly. But, that's sort of a good and bad thing. Obviously, we need him, so it's not a good thing for he's going. But if he doesn't play that match minutes,
of course, So Roy gave him a 7.5. So right, so we'll move on to where is he? P. There he is. Fornells.
I mean, they came on late in the game. Another player, I like Fornells, and I gave him a 6 as well. By the way, I agree with what is it Roy? It's hard to rate subs. Based on him coming on so late in the game, didn't really do anything wrong. Probably didn't, unless you come on and like your first touch is attacking or a worldie from outside the box. It's very hard for you to play yourself into the game, isn't it? So Yeah, 6 out of 10 for Ronaldo. Didn't do anything wrong, but yeah, just another player I like, and probably, as like you said, Martin, maybe we needed to give him more minutes earlier, and he would have probably had a bigger effect on the game.
You know, going back to what Roy said about Benrahma changed the dynamic of the game. I feel that those two players coming on, they both, you know, changed the dynamic, and I also feel that, you know, it further enhanced that. If we would have brought them on at half time, I just feel that, you know, we would have created maybe at least 2 more real goal scoring opportunities with those two playing the whole half. Because you remember, Tottenham went more defensive. So their first change was Son and Winks for Bergwijn and Lucas Moura. So that's a more defensive change. You've taken off 2 wingers for 1 winger and a defensive or centre midfielder. Then they brought on. They took off Doherty and Davis, but then they brought on and Reguilon. Then they brought on Tanganga and Emerson Royale. Do you understand? So I just think that you should have brought Benrahma and them on when they was a little bit more offensive. You brought them on when they was more defensive, and that's going to be even harder for them. Yeah. Right. So, Disabled Team says Arsenal v Liverpool and Spurs have drawn Chelsea. Are they still going to do 2 legs, or it is 2 legs, isn't it?
I don't think so. Is it 2 legs?
It was, but then I know that some people saying, "Oh, why don't they just make that 1 leg?" But as it stands, I'm sure it's 2 legs. You know, I think. Let me check that. Draw. Oh, where is it? Semi-finals. Maybe not then, because this just shows. Yeah, no, there is. It's home and away. It's 2 legs. 2-legged. Right. So, Disabled Team gave Fornals a 6. Roy gave him 6.5. James, what did you give Fornals? And then we've only got 1 more after this. So that's 2 legs. You know, the thing is, in hindsight, it's like that's 2 more games that, yeah, we would have loved to been in the semis, but it's 2 games that we really can't really. We don't. Yeah, you know, for us as it is now, that's 2 more games that we could, you know, avoid.
That we could do without, really.
Yeah, do without. Sorry, that's.
I would have taken win, you know, for the semi-final, isn't it? It's one game away from the final.
Right, Kieran says they are thinking of changing it to 1 leg. Yeah, I heard that. So as it stands, you know, it's 2-legged, and they would have had the dates for both legs, but maybe that's subject to change because of COVID and whatnot. James Bond says the fornicator gets a 6 as well, and you know, I think that those 2 would have got higher ratings if they would have played the whole half, because I think they would have had even more of an impact on the game. I think they should, brother Kieran. Yeah, put it 1 leg. You know, now that we're not in it, I want 2 legs. Just now that we're not there, 2-legged, please. Yeah. Right, last one was. Let me find him. Yarmolenko. Let me remove the comment and banner. So he came on 80 minutes, so he got like 13 because there was like 3 minutes of stoppage time. Thoughts?
Yeah. Again, didn't really do nothing wrong. I'm sometimes surprised he doesn't use them a bit more. You know, because I know why. Probably why. Because he's another player. He sort of shirks his defensive responsibilities. But offensively, he's got a sweet left foot, hasn't he? So I just wonder why sometimes that when we need a goal, like get him on the pitch. Yeah, let's get him on the pitch. I mean, his scoring record for his country is pretty good. I know he hasn't.
Yeah.
Apart from this season, we haven't seen much of him at West Ham, but he's definitely a decent enough player. But I gave him 5 out of 10 mark for today. He didn't really do anything wrong. Just the minutes he spent, was very few minutes he had on the pitch for anything.
And you know, he's the type of player that we sell him to Palace, for instance, and then he fucking scores against us. But look, he even scored. He nearly scored right at the end. It took a deflection and went. You understand? So
right foot shot. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's definitely got goals in him, but. Yeah, he's one of those players, like I said, is, you know, he'd come back to flipping haunt you. Don't really do nothing for you, like, consistently, but you know he can score goals. You know what I'm saying? He is a goal scorer.
You know, it's funny because you mentioned different types of players. Would you say he suits West Ham?
No.
Okay, then let me ask you this question, Emma, and then I'll obviously open it to everybody else in the chat. Is that if you had take age aside, obviously because this boy that I am talking about is younger than him. It's like out of him and Haller, who would you have?
I would have kept Haller.
Well, that's what I don't understand. Is that why were they in so much? I know value wise, money wise, they can get more for Haller than for him, right? And that's obvious because of the age limit. But I just think like he got rid of Haller too quickly.
I remember you said that from the start. Yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's gonna come out. It's gonna end up with egg on his face because now Haller is gonna look. He's already smashing records in Europe and Ajax. And come on, man, and then we've got no replacement for him. And how much are we gonna pay for a replacement? 40 million.
Yeah, exactly. After taking a 22 million loss on him. The thing is, I said it when he left. I made a video. I said, look, he would go to Ajax and he would score goals because Ajax, the way they play, they press you. They're playing in one half, and he's going to be a lot closer to the goal. So West Ham, bowing his legs around him. If you put someone else even like Fornells at the time around him, these people work hard, and you make it work with Haller. You understand? You make it work basically, and he could have been a big player for us if you build your team or you accommodate him. You understand? You put legs around him.
Martin, I know they're both gone now. Haller's gone, and they were West Ham. And the other one, I felt disappointed in going. I don't
Anderson.
Anderson. Because I thought in Anderson he was the only genuine, apart from Rice, who's building that. But Anderson was the only genuine world class player we had. And I mean genuine World Cup. He could do magic with the ball,
Yeah.
And we just let him go too cheaply, man.
That was another big loss. Him and Haller was, if I put a figure on it, I don't know, 50, 60 mil loss or something along those. It was just crazy. And the thing is, to rub salt in the wound, we sold him back to the team that we bought him from for like 2 mil or something like that. And we got him for like. That's crazy, man. That's bad business. Right, the Sabre team gave Yarmolenko a 5. James Bong, Yarmo played okay, gave him a 6. Can't remember he's having a shot though. Roy gave him a 5. Oh, Epic's here. Haller all day long. Yes, Davey, my thoughts. Right, so Kieran agrees with you.
Yeah.
See, I knew you lot would get on. My thoughts exactly. Let me just get rid of this spam shit. And Epic, big up Epic. We need to sell Antonio. The geezer is stealing a living, pretending to be a striker. Like David said, it's almost like he's just, he's got above himself, and now he's not putting in the work. That hunger's gone now. Like all this little celebrity status and celebrations and all that has become a priority, and the team and all that is secondary now. That's what it seems like anyway. And the thing is, what's that?
Is it at the prime? Like, he's at the prime of his career now. How old is he? 30, 31?
30, I think. So yeah, exactly. He should be in his prime.
Yeah, he should be busting his whatever to put in these performances, man.
Right, you lot. Before we go, I know it's a bit different. Right, so one of Cam's friend, who was a Sheffield United, Jordan, Sheffield United fan, he said to me, if you could sign 3 players in January, who would it be, right? And I said to him, now you lot, give me your 3 players. I said to him, because of our current predicament, and being realistic to who we potentially could get, I would go for Lacazette, Lingard, and Nathan Ake. That would be my 3, top of my head. I'm not going with all these foreign players that I don't know about, and everyone mentions, what about? I don't know about these players. I'm going with people that I know, and it's kind of realistic. So what would so you lot, just before we finish, and Epic, I know you just joined. Thank you for joining. Yeah, who would you, if we only had 3, who would it be? Hopefully it's no unknown quantities, like that's going to help us out now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with Martin. I think if we can get Ake, I would take him. Nathan Ake, I would take him from Man City definitely. I think he will help us because he's a left-sided player. He can play left back, left centre of defence.
Yep.
I'll definitely take him. I would take Origi. I don't know what it is with Moyes. I don't think Moyes wants him or fancies him, but I will take him. He's another one. He can play as a striker. He can play wide. And I just think that the kid has proven himself, man, in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. And the other one I would take. I don't know. one more. I think we need. If I drop them two, then I'd go for a midfield player. Well, I think we need another midfield player, and I mean, I would personally try and get. I like this kid, right? And I mean, he's been playing now. You play for Chelsea. I said at the beginning that we should have tried and get Loftus-Cheek on loan. You know what I mean?
I remember you said that. Yeah.
With an option to buy. Now he's playing in Chelsea. He's probably out of the question.
Yeah. That's
I would still take Barkley and Omar.
I was going to ask you, what about Barkley?
Yeah, I would take Barkley because I think he's still talented enough. And when you look at the option up there, he's got Premier League experience. Do you know what I mean? Moyes knows him from his time at Everton. And I think he could have a similar effect as what Lingard had. I wouldn't even go for Lingard again now. Because from what I'm hearing about Lingard, he keeps changing his mind, man. Once it comes, we don't know if it's true. It's probably just paper talk. Now they're saying that he's going to see out his contract and leave on a free. That happens, and you know he's not coming to West Ham. So, I don't know. Yes, if Lingard is available, obviously we'd like him, because he's done well before. He's a good enough player, and he would make a difference to our side, a big difference. We spoke about Anderson. You hear me spoke about Anderson. I think you could put Lingard in that bracket as well. He's a genuine top player, and will make a difference to West Ham or any team of that ilk. So, yeah, but my three would be I'll go with Ake. I would go with what's the striker? I said the Liverpool one. Origi, sorry, yeah, and and I think we need a centre midfield. We're probably not going to get Loftus-Cheek, but I'll take Barkley.
Right, so disabled team. Davey actually really likes this player. You said this is what they've said: Origi, Ake, and Dwight McNeil. And I know you're a fan of Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, I'm a fan of McNeil. Yeah. And
on that left side, I think he would fit in very nicely for us. So, and coming from Burnley, you've got that work ethic and that fight. So, yeah, that's a good shot actually. Right, James says Lingard, Holzek, and who else? James, one more if we could sign free. Oh, Darren, you know what? I've just realised Darren's not taking part because he's driving. So that's why he's not. He's listening. Sorry, Darren. Yeah, he's driving in Thailand, but he's listening to us. Nice one, Darren. Lingard, holds it. Who else? James Bong, Epic, and Roy. Who would you sign if we had free signings in January? Who's our next game? League game.
Good question. Let me see.
I can check now. Fixtures. Southampton at home on Boxing Day, COVID permitting.
We need 3 points from that. Well, if some bats, we need 3 points.
Exactly. At home.
Come on, boys. This present for all the loyal Hammers fans.
Exactly. Please. All I want for Christmas.
They say Zuma might be back earlier than first thought. So
how early?
Not till February.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, because I thought.
But they reckon he might be back before the season finishes, and if he comes back, if he can get back by February, and we're still in everything, still in Europe, and that, then it would be a big plus, wouldn't it? So.
Right, so James's third player is that Coletta Carr, who I think is at Marseille. I don't know nothing about him, centre back. So he would say Lingard, Holzek, and Coletta Carr. I don't know. I've heard his name. I don't know nothing about him. Kieran says, David, what do you think of this? Origi, Nat Phillips, and Naby Keita, and we give Liverpool Rice. Would you do that if that was on the table? No funds, but those players. Would you do it?
I don't know. I think Rice is going to go at some stage. So if we can get somebody, I mean, Nat Phillips, who I would take instead of him is what's the guy they signed from Charlton? Liverpool's got him, but he hasn't.
Gomez, Joe Gomez.
Yeah, I would take Gomez instead of Nat Phillips. I would take Gomez.
Yeah. And in response to that,
decent players. To be fair, they would strengthen our squad, all three of them. It's just I wouldn't give them Rice, not yet. I'll give them a promise. They can have first refusal. If they meet our 200 million price tag.
So look, Disabled Team says Nat Phillips isn't as good as people think, honestly. And even another one.
I think someone like Gomez would be a better option for us.
Gomez, definitely.
That can come in and hit the ground
fast as well. Good on the ball.
You understand? That's the type of player we need. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Phillips is not a good player, but I just think, he's playing in a side alongside good players. So I just curious to that.
Good night, Roy, and thank you as always for tuning in.
Yes, Roy.
I would never offload Rice. He's so key to us. You know, the only problem with this, Kieran, is that it's the wages. You know, Keita. I like Keita. I like Origi. Nat Phillips. I haven't seen enough of him, but it's the wages. Like, so we won't get no money for Rice, but then we're paying probably triple what we're paying Rice. So we're the ones who's actually forking out for that deal. I would never put him off to bed. Roy says, if you do a rating for Moyes... Oh, sorry. See? Oh, one sec. Sorry. Yeah, but see? This is why you need the subscribers in the chat. 1 second. Thank you, Roy. See what I'm saying? There we go. He's even got his own manager. Nice one, Roy. Right, here we go. Davey, what are you going to rate David Moyes? I forgot. Thank you, Roy. For tonight.
For tonight?
Yeah.
I don't think he's done much wrong, to be fair. We played good enough. I think individual mistake cost us the game. I would give him a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Right, so Roy, I think he said... Oh, yes, big up Hammerhead. 1 second. Right, if you do a rating for Moyes, mine is a 2. He got it completely wrong tonight. Kieran says Gomez is a better player, but don't think he would be on the table. Nah, he's not realistic.
No, I don't think he would do it. I agree with that. But I just said that because he's playing, you know what I mean? Like, try and free, isn't it? So...
Hammerhead says Makawasu needs to leave. He is onto him. Disabled team, Moyes 5 out of 10, rubbish at making subs. James Bond says Moyes gets a 6. Hammerhead says Diverting Dave, big up tits. Diverting Dave. Oh, not you. Sorry, talking about Moyes. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Davey Hammerhead. Big up Hammerhead. And Lawrence is here. 1 sec. I thought he was talking about you, like Diverting Davey. I was thinking, what? And then he was like, Diverting Dave, and I'm freaking... And okay, yeah, he's talking about Moyes and he subs.
Alabama in the house.
Yeah, Lawrence is another, like, you know, stand-up guy. 26 years in the Navy.
Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence is a, you know, and Hammerhead, both of them stand-up guys. And then he's put, nah, we love Davey. Yeah, I thinking Diverting Davey and then Divering Davey. Lawrence says, Titch is the man. Thank you, Lawrence. Big up Davies, baby. So yeah, these two is you know, these two is regulars as well. So, like I said, you lot, before we go, so Davey, sorry, what did you give him away? Sorry, my bad.
6 out of 10.
I did put that there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did put it.
Yeah. So Davey will, you know, he's gonna do the play ratings, possibly like every time we do the watch along. He's gonna do the show, hopefully alternate weeks to Cam, and then we'll come up with, you know, another concept. So you lot will get to know Davey more, and he will get to know you lot more. And like I said, you know, it's a very small following that we have, so it won't take you too long to see who is who. Okay, right. So Lawrence says Moyes gets a 4, Mr. Predictable. What did you give him? 5 or 6, Davey?
6.
Oh, 6. It's a tough one. You know why? Because I think we've done better than I expected we would, but those subs were, as a manager, like, that's for me was the turning point. So I would probably, I'd have to give him a 6. I think if he would have made those subs at half time, and you know, we would have had a better half than we did have, because we didn't let them score in the second half, then yeah, he could have got a higher rating. But I think 6 is probably about right, because we made Tottenham look almost, you know, compared to what I saw against Liverpool, like it was Sorry I was late, Titch. Had my Christmas work due. Been on and off, but been... No worries. Enjoying recent content. Brilliant. Big ups to all the Hammers fans United team. Big up, Hammer. Listen, you lot, while we're here, yeah? Who wants to do the one from each team? Obviously, me and Davey have done it originally on DBXL. And, you know, we didn't have Streamer, which makes it a lot easier to host and that. So, yeah, I've made a new... graphics for that in here, but I still would have to download it and then edit it. But yeah, it's, you know, whoever does the next one, it's the new, let me show you that actually. It's the new look. One from each team. Let me just remove Davey's banner. Boom. So Davey, this is how one from each team will look before the edit. Where are you? One from each team. One from each team. So yeah, I want someone to, especially, I'd rather one of you lot. So this is the, this is the layout for one from each team. Then obviously when they name their players and that, I would just, add them. But what I have done is I've put, when I've already made these ones, so the teams and that is already there. So all I'd need to do is bring the player through the badge in the post edit, and maybe that's it. Maybe put their name, but yeah, basically I've done all the hard work here. So download and the editing will be a lot easier. Davey, what do you think of this one from each team studio?
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Looks good.
So yeah, people, who wants to take part? Lawrence, man, you should do it. Let me go back here.
I'm ahead.
What did he say? Getting man high. Yeah, see, I want Hammerhead, do it, man. But yeah, it's open to anyone that wants to do it, and you just got to come on camera. Just otherwise, it's, like you don't want to be speaking to a blank screen, basically. But yeah, just come on camera. One from each team. Great concept, and I'm hoping in time someone picks it up, sees, the potential in the show, because a lot of people said, they feel like it's, yeah. So you never know, someone might take it on board. But yeah, one from each team. So Davey, final thoughts on the game, and then you lot will sign out. But yeah,
good performance. With decent enough performance. Like I said, just Lanzini, man. If we could take Lanzini out and replace him with somebody else and replay the game, then maybe we wouldn't have lost. But no, seriously, we've done well enough to get something from the game. And it's funny because when the game was, even when it went 1-0 up and then we equalised, I was thinking this game might go for penalties. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
They scored so early again. And then we had that chance, and didn't get the second goal. And then we sort of huffed and puffed after that, and couldn't get any meaningful shot on target. And and then they got the win. But yeah, I'm disappointed, obviously, because we want to win the game. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's
disheartened.
Yeah, not disheartened because we played well enough to get something from the game. And to be fair, with the squad and the games we've got coming up, yeah, it's another game that we don't have to replay again. So. Or another competition, I should say. But yeah, we've done well enough to and move on to the next one. Or is it Southampton at home?
Southampton, on Boxing Day. We need to box them up on Boxing Day.
That's the one that I will be disappointed if we don't get anything from.
We need to stuff them like a turkey. Hammerhead, I don't want to see Masarati again when we keep playing Fredericks on the left. He really don't like him. Thanks, guys. Shame about the result, but thanks for the show. Come on, your hands. James, and everyone else that's in here, Hammerhead as well. 12 p.m. every Tuesday afternoon. We just launched the Guess Who, one from each team concept, which is very much a lot of fun. We're keeping a league table, so the scores are accumulated, and Roy Chappell, who is currently top of that league table. So yeah, like 12 o'clock every Tuesday that will be. So it'll be good to see you guys there. Very simple concept. So even if you want to watch back the video, fast forward a bit because it started a bit late because of the lack of numbers. But fast forward to the start and then you'll see how the show works. One sec, box them up and send them back down south. Exactly. What's going on? 1 minute. It's not even letting me click on that comment, man. Thanks for the show, guy. Big up, Hammerhead. Guess who looks good? I definitely get. Oh, okay, yeah. Titch respect. And going back to Lawrence about here. Yeah, I'd love to have you on the one from each team. So yeah, Lawrence, when you're ready, we'll make that happen, man. 100%. I couldn't click on this. Okay, no, that one, this one. Okay, now I can box them up, send them back. It wouldn't let me click on it. But yeah, respect and thank you for all of you that tune into the watch along, all of you that tuned into this show, and those that are, supporting the channel. I say it again, like when it comes to the watch alongs and that, we are the smallest West Ham channel that does watch along, so we appreciate the people that are actually, riding with us, and the channel will grow, and yeah, you lot will be part of that journey. Davey, I'm going to play the outro video. Great show, brothers, Titch and Davey. Okay, Titch, thanks. Nice one, James. And always disabled team. Respect, man. So yeah, Davey, disabled team. We get him. Respect, Davey from Lawrence. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and you, Hamid. And
Hammerhead.
I don't know if we do a watch along for the West. I don't even know if the Southampton game will be on, but. And you, Kieran, as always. I didn't know if you were still here, Kieran. But yeah, you lot, man. Seriously, loyal and yeah, I like loyalty, man. Seriously, I'm big on that.
And Lawrence.
Right. Yeah, and Lawrence always. Yeah. So yeah, Davey, we know we sign out, and then we're gonna play the outro video, something like 15 seconds. But come on, you irons.
Let
me just play the video to see you lot out. Where are we? It's a short one. So let everyone.
Like West Ham Testament, you don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2 litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Do it like pop.